Hi, welcome to KnowHow Academy. Retail businesses lose millions every year due to poor inventory visibility. A customer walks in, their products out of stock. When the products are out of stock, the customers leave out. The customers step back. They go out. Today, we will fix that with Power BI. In this live session today, I will show you how to build a real-time inventory dashboard using a live Snowflake connection. Snowflake, it's a cloud data warehouse or database where we can store the data. And you will see how to send automatic alerts using Power Automate when stock drops below the critical level. That's where we use Power Automate here. This is not a demo, it's a real retail system you can use in your jobs or for a client scenario. Here's what you are going to learn today. You are going to learn how to connect your Snowflake live into your Power BI. Then you are going to build a normalized inventory model. After that, we are going to create some KPIs. We are going to reorder the flags. And then we are going to create a dynamic category slicers. Here, we are going to add stock health logic using DAX function, which is data analysis expression. We are going to trigger a Power Automate flows for alerts via emails. If required, we can do it even for the teams. A bonus for you all viewers is that the forecast stockouts using custom DAX trend analysis, you are going to get it. So in order to do that, first let us see how should we connect our Snowflake into our Power BI. Then we will work upon the next upcoming steps. So let's work on it. Here in Power BI, as soon as we open up our Power BI, it is very important for us to first go and connect our data with Snowflake. That's how it is. And how should we go and work on it? So for that, what we have to do is that we have to go to get data and we have to click on more. Then search for Snowflake, click on connect. Then here we have to give our server name. So for example, I am taking the server name as ABCDE, and it's a ABCDE is nothing but the identifier. It's an identifier here for your Snowflake. Then we are going to take XY12345, something like this, dot snowflakecomputing.com. The server name, you can get the server name from your Snowflake account. And in the warehouse, what warehouse you are going to use, that warehouse we have to click here. Compute warehouse. I'm using compute warehouse here. As soon as you click on OK, whatever the tables you want to load, you have to select those and you have to load your tables into Power BI. For the time being, I have already loaded the tables into my Power BI using the same formula or the same way that I have shown you how I have used the server name, where we have to give the warehouse and all. Now let us do a small transformation here. So for this, what I am doing, I am going to transform data where I am opening up my Power Query editor. I am going to my Power Query editor. Let us see whether we have everything clear with no errors, with no empty informations or not. So in the inventory table, we have inventory ID, product ID 100%, warehouse ID column 100%, current stock 100%, and last restock date 100%. It's correct. When it comes to the product, okay, product and everything, you can see all the columns are 100% valid. We do not have any errors. We do not have any empty informations. Then we go up with the sales column, and its sales particular table is also very clear. Suppliers table is also very clear, and warehouse table is also very clear. We do not need any sort of data transformation or to use anything or to change anything, because we have all the columns 100% valid. My data is clean. Now let us click on close and apply. That's where we are going to make an interesting model. That's where our model comes into the picture. When it comes to the model, as you can see that as soon as I have loaded the tables into my Power BI, automatically there is a relationship which is created between each table in Power BI data model. So as you can see that the products table is getting connected with the inventory table using product ID. As you can see that the product ID is getting highlighted, and the warehouse table is getting connected with the inventory table, with the warehouse ID as a common column, and the suppliers table is getting connected with the products table with the supplier ID as a common column, and the products table is getting connected with the sales table with product ID as a common column, and the warehouse table is getting connected with the sales table with the warehouse ID as a common column. So our relationship is successful here. We have created a very good and interesting relationship. As you can observe, there is no such relationship in my particular data model, which is many to many. Everywhere you can see it's one to many. Observe the arrow mark direction. Observe the arrow mark direction. One to many. One to many. Everywhere you have one to many. Nowhere you have many to many. The reason that I am specifically focusing on many to many relationship is that many to many relationship will slow down the performance of your particular data model. Many to many relationship will try to give many negative values. Many to many relationship will try to give many duplicate values. So we will avoid many to many relationship. So one to many is something which is by default that is created as soon as we have loaded the data into our Power BI. So now what we are going to do, let's find out what are my total SKUs. So for this, what I'm trying to do, I am going here and I'm calculating my total SKUs. So for this, I'm choosing my new measure. So here I will take my total SKUs equal to, I'm taking count DAX function here, where I'm choosing the rows. I want to see the count of rows for a table. What is the table? Table name is products table, as we have the products table here. So I'll click on enter. We have got the total SKUs. So let me show you with the card chart. I'll get the card chart here. I'll get the total SKUs. Count rows. We have 4. Okay. So now let's go and calculate. The low stock count. We have we have the last restock date. Okay. So now let's go current stock also we have it, but let us find out the low stock count. So for this, what you have to do, I am calculating low stock count. So let's be very clear how we are working on it. I am using calculate function here. And I am using count rows DAX function, where it is counting number of rows in a table. And what table I want to choose? I want to choose the inventory table. Comma. Then what I am trying to do, I am going to use the DAX function called filter, where here I am going to choose the table name. It is asking me the table name, and the table name is inventory. Comma. Then what I am going to take? I am going to take the expression. What is the expression? First, I'm considering the current stock that I have it in my inventory particular table, which is less than. Here I'm going to choose the DAX function called related. What is this related? It returns the related value from another table. So when I'm talking about another table, what is that particular table? Products table, where I'm choosing the reorder level. So now what I'm doing, I'm closing this parenthesis for filter, and I'm coming down, I'm closing another parenthesis for the calculate that I have used. Now I'll click on enter. So this is my low stock count. Now we will see the results one by one when we are using the KPIs and when we are trying to create the dashboard here. And if I would like to show you one interesting thing, I would like to show the restock needed. For example, if the stock is completed, I want to know the restock is needed. How many should be reordered? It should be in a yes or no format. Then what I'm trying to do, here I'll go into table tools and I'll choose a new column. In the new column, I'm going to find out the restock needed. Restock needed equal to, what I'm doing here, I'm choosing the condition called if. What is the logical test? Let me choose the inventory current stock that I have. This one I'm choosing it in a less than related, again the related DAX function, products of reorder level, comma. Now what I'm doing, double quotation, the result if it is true, sorry, we have two commas here, okay, double quotation, yes, comma. If it is false, then I have to get no. Let me click on enter. Now you can see the product ID restock is needed, yes. Product ID 2 restock is needed, yes. Product ID 1003 restock is not required because we have the sufficient one. 104 restock is needed. 102 is yes. So something like this. From warehouse IDs, all these things we have it here. Now let me show you in the form of a visual. I am taking a bar chart, and in this bar chart I want to show you those top 10 products by the lowest stock, if that is the case. So what should I do? Let me go and consider the product name here, and in the x-axis what is the low stock that I have it. See, jeans, jackets and t-shirts, we have the low stock. All right. So if you want to see the top n, if you want to see top 1 on the basis of the low stock that you have, then jeans. If you want to see 2, then we have all these things. Okay. So this is how we can go and apply the filters here. If I would like to show you another information which can segregate you the data on the basis of the hierarchy, that's where I go with the matrix visual here. So in this matrix visual, what I am trying to do, I am going to choose the current stock that I have in the row, the reorder level in the column. Okay, the reorder level that I have it, that I am going to choose it. We can even go and add category here. All right. So if you want to see this one, okay, I'll go with the value. So if you are aware of, if the organization is aware of the IDs, then with the reference with the IDs, they can identify what is right, what is not right. So apparel, okay, so everywhere we can see the same. All right. Using the slicers, we can even still make it filter out the information as much as we required. If I choose a slicer, so here if I would like to take the category, for apparel, how much we have, for footwear, how much we are getting the information. So it depends upon how we are going to use it. All right. Now let me show you the forecast logic. Let me show you the forecast logic. So for this, what I am doing, I'll go to the new measure where I will calculate what is my average daily sales. That's very important. So if you want to analyze average daily sales equal to, here I am choosing the DAX function called calculate, then I am choosing the DAX function called average of, it is asking me the column name. Okay, so under the sales table, the quantity sold, that's how I can identify what is my average daily sales, how much we have sold it, comma. Then here the DAX function I am choosing is dates in period. So where do we have the sale date? That we have to identify. So let's consider we have the sale date in the sales table, comma. What is the start date? Here, rather than taking the start date, I am taking the max DAX function so that I can get my maximum date as a start date, where I am choosing the sales date here, comma, from past 30 days. So 30, comma, the interval, I am choosing a day here. Alright. So now, if you see, average daily sales. Okay, so let us see in a KPI card, what is my average daily sales? My average daily sales is 11.40. 11.40. You understand the logic behind the function that I have written. I am showing you the average daily sales by first using the calculate, where I am writing the average here, average of what are the quantities that I have sold. Then in the dates in period, then I am choosing the date. Rather than taking the start date or individually specifying the date here, I am choosing the maximum of the date, sales date column that I have it, which will be my start date. From that particular day to minus 30 days I would like to see. That's where my average daily sales we have got as 11.40. Now, if you just still look into it, in this particular inventory table, I would like to see days until stock out. Okay, so for this I am choosing a new column. So I would like to find out days stock out equal to, here I am choosing the DAX function called divide. I am using divide of what? I am dividing inventory of current stock with the denominator that you have it here. I am choosing the average daily sales that I have calculated. Average daily sales that I have calculated. Okay, so if I click on enter, okay, we can see that the daily stock out, the days until stock out, we have 2 for inventory ID 1, we have 0.66 for inventory ID 2, we do not have any stock out for inventory ID 3, we have 1.142 for stock out for inventory ID 4, we have 14 for inventory ID 5, and we do not have any stock out for inventory ID 6. Alright. So these are the different things that we have calculated. Now let's go and just create a report in a very beautiful and interesting way. Alright. So for this, what I'm doing, let me make this report very beautiful. So here I'm going to take the total SKUs that I have. Okay, so first let me go and change the wallpaper, the background for this particular thing, so that it looks much more beautiful. It's interesting, right? Okay, so now it's a total SKU. I'll add the title. It's total SKU. Okay, the size and style, I'll go with the border. On the border, I'll make the rounded corners to 15. I'll make it into 3 points. And the title, as you can see that, I'll make it into bold, text color white, so that I can make the background color black. I will align it to the center. So my total SKU is 4. Okay, it's interesting. I'll format the printer with the average daily sales. So this is my average daily sales. Average daily sales. Okay, it's good. I'm going to take another card chart here. So in this card chart, I'm going to show the, let's consider the current stock that I have. Okay, so on the title, I'll just make it in this way. It's like current stock I'm going to show. All right, so we have these visuals. Now let's go and format this visual as well, as we have interesting data here. Okay, and this is a slicer. Slicer is something which comes, and it's a very interesting way of filtering out the data. I'll go and format this one, and this will be my category, right? So let us go and format this one in a very interesting way. Okay, so this is category. I'll just off the slicer header. Okay, and this is my matrix chart with an interesting information. So let me go and keep it as summary table, something like this. All right, so how much sales you have, you can show much more informations here. All right, now if you want to enable the auto triggering feature, okay, then what you can do, you have to go to, first what you have to do is that you have to publish this into your Power BI service. It's very important. So for this, let me go and save this one. Let me go and save this one first, then we can go and publish it. Okay, so let me save it as sales inventory dashboard. I'll click on save. As soon as it is saved, now it's time for me to go and publish it. So I'll click on publish. It is asking me in which workspace I have to publish. So let me click on test and I'll click on select. So it is getting published into my sales inventory dashboard. It is getting published into my test workspace. I have a lot of workspaces. You can choose any of the workspace that you would like to work upon. Okay. Once this get published, we can use Power Automate and we can create a flow. Do not worry, let me show you that. Okay, it is success, right? Got it. Now I'll come back to my Power BI service. So if I just log in, see into my test workspace, okay, so we will go and see the sales inventory dashboard that we have done. This is the report. Very good, perfect. I'll open up the report that we have prepared just now, and I'm going to edit it. So under edit, we have a visual called Power Automate for Power BI. I'll click this Power Automate, and it is going to detect what environment it is using in order to use this particular Power BI. As soon as it has confirmed the environment, then what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on edit. So under this edit, we are going to create a flow. That's where it is very important. Okay, so let us trigger this into the Power BI. So we have an option called trigger a button in Power BI. So that I'm going to click on it. So I'm clicking on continue. As soon as I click on continue, so we have to go and create a trigger. So I'm clicking on a new step. So I have to get an automated email, right? So that's what I have to do it here. Okay, so we are going to add it. Okay, we are going to add it. I'm going to send an email via Outlook. Okay, that's what I'm going to send. To whom I have to send? Those persons' email ID I have to select. What is the subject line? The subject line also I can go and select. Okay, so the subject line is like restock needed. Okay, whatever the body you want, you can type it, like restock needed for few products is a message that I am typing. If you want, you can even add the trigger what exactly you would like to show. Then you click on save. As soon as you click on save, okay, here there are multiple things that you can do right before this step as well. You click on save and apply. As soon as you click on save and apply, what happens is that it will get saved, the trigger that you have created. Now let me come back, and here let me click on run. When I click on run the flow, then the trigger should run successfully, and within few minutes I have to get this particular message. Now it's very important that how well we are going to create the measures, how well we are going to create the measures for the requirements that we have to think about it, that we have to think. So when we are having the data, so in this data what is being asked, here they are asking the inventory things, how we have to find the inventory, how we have to find the restock if it is needed, how we have to go and calculate the low stock count, how we have to go and find out the information such as average daily sales or days until the stock out. So when these are being asked, we should understand the logic what is behind this information. There might be many such DAX functions where we can still make it complicated or still make it easy, but the ultimate goal is we have to meet the end user's requirement with what information that we have. That's very important. So my dear viewers, here we have created one interesting Power BI dashboard. We have used some interesting DAX functions. We have seen how to connect or integrate our Snowflake into our Power BI. We have seen how we have to restock the alerts using Power Automate. We have to work on it. Okay. So this particular video is helpful. This particular video is helpful. This particular live session that you have seen, it is helpful for you on two different things. One, it is Power BI, and the second thing is work on DAX functions. And the third important thing is how you have used Power Automate, in order to create the trigger flow. So with all these things, I would like to suggest you to work on this, practice on this. The PBIX file, the dataset will be shared with you in this video's description below, so that you can download and have it as a reference so that you can practice it. So next week we will learn many such interesting inventory aging, velocity, or lead time analysis. So these kind of scenarios, we will work with these kind of data sets, so that will be helpful for you. If you have any questions, you cannot think that you cannot reach out. You can always message us or comment us with your questions in the chat box, so that we can help you with your questions. So thank you for choosing the Hub Academy as your source for IT knowledge. We're always here to help you to navigate the tech world. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. It's been a pleasure sharing this information with you. Stay curious and keep learning.